How's it going? So, doing a part three. I wasn't planning on making a part three to Harsh Realities. I guess this is a series now. Harsh Realities. This one's going to be talking about when to let friends and family go. Exit your life. Because I kind of got into I've gotten a few comments, and I've gotten a few people have kind of talked to me about this as well, and this has kind of been a key thing in my life lately, is that most family aren't very good family, and I see this more in a lot of people's lives. People are just like, oh, it's family, you just gotta put up with it, it's like, oh, it's they're just family. You don't gotta put up with shit. At the end of the day, you don't have to put up with nothing you don't want to put up with. And I think most strong men need to know when to say, no more. No more, I won't put up with that. Nah, we're done. Okay? If it's nothing but fighting and BS and drama, no more. I'm not doing that crap. If you don't hear from these people but once a year, maybe around the holidays, they ain't family, they're strangers. No more. I'm not doing it. Okay? I recently let my best friend go because I needed help one day. Keep in mind, so our backstory goes back of, I helped him do an engine swap in a parking lot for like 2 months. We tore out like 3 different engines at 3 different trucks. All of them were bad. And, I was constantly helping this guy for years. Work on his vehicles. Was always there when he needed it. Always traveled to him. Like, he didn't have a ride, which was fine. Always traveled to him. Anything he needed, I got, right? The problem was it didn't go both ways. It just never went both ways. And then I got an opportunity, like, hey, I need a hand real quick. Not even gonna take that long. Just help me check this over real quick. Nah, he has more important shit. And it wasn't that one scenario. It had been kind of leading up to the fact that it's just been a long list of, disappointment and just blatant, didn't really seem like he respected or cared about me at all. Like, he had just, gotten his butt hurt and fucked off for months on end, then come back, apologize, and we're good again. It's like, nothing, it's like, and then, it's like, I brought up to him, like, dude, you know what, dude, fuck it, you're not a very good friend, you've never done really anything for me, and you've actually been more of an inconvenience in my life. Like, I needed you one time, and you weren't there for me? Nah. You know what? Friendship has to go both ways, right? Shit has to go both ways. And if shit doesn't go both ways, you don't need to suffer those people. Okay? Same with anybody who if you constantly have to track people down to figure out where like, hey, I still exist, or, like, I got one comment, man, they were talking about, sometimes you just need to remind people that you still exist. Bitch, I ain't reminding shit, okay? If you don't care about me enough to check in once in a while, you've exited my life already. I don't need you around. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, bro. I've taken it upon myself to try to check in with people once in a while. If people don't care enough about me to do the same, then I don't need you. Okay? I've been there. I've tried with people. No more will I suffer these people. No more. If you stop checking with people and you just never hear from them again, that's a good indication that you're not that important to them. Sorry. It's time to let these leeches on your life go. Like, oh, I don't want to be alone. Bitch, you already alone. You already don't have anybody to talk to. You need to learn when to let these people go and stop letting them take up room in your head. Stop letting them take up your effort, your time, your thoughts. Fuck them. You know, I had to let my best friend go because, you know, at a certain point, you know, our friendship has to be a two-way street, and it just wasn't. And then he lets his new girlfriend's, he's getting married to his new girlfriend, you know, I've known him for 15 years. You know, we were best friends, supposedly. And he's like, oh, you know, he just met this chick for like a year or two, and he's gonna let her son be his best man. It's like, oh no, you got, you know, he wants, and then he calls me, he's like, he wants me to be his best man with her son. Like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing no consolation prize. Maybe I'm petty. You know what? But I think the fact that you've known somebody for that long, I'm not settling for some fucking consolation prize. I'm not being a co-best man. That's not how that shit works. Him. You want him to be your best man? Great. He's your best man. I ain't doing that shit. You know, and not everyone's going to agree with this. This is probably going to be a little controversial, and that is fine. That is 100% fine. You can disagree all you want. I guarantee you're going to regret it. Okay? Because I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing the bullshit. I'm not playing the drama. I want ride or die friends and family. If you ain't that, you can exit stage right. You know, you should not have to remind people that you exist, right? You should not have to check in with people constantly to see, hey, you know, how's everything going? Just to hear from them. Because, you know, you stopped talking to them and you haven't heard from them for 6 months. It didn't occur to him to say, hey, you know, what's up? What's going on, bud? I haven't heard from you for a little bit. Everything going all right? If it doesn't occur to them, then they don't care. It's not taking up headspace in their head. They don't care. I'm not reminding those people I exist. I'm just going to exit their life because it is not worth the burden. And this is kind of why it sucks to be a man, because most guys, it's hard to find a good band of brothers these days. You know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that men just grow apart and we don't talk to each other anymore. I mean, I've tried to keep, you know, my friends together, but it's just more effort than it's worth. And when you're shown no effort in return, at a certain point, you're just not friends anymore. Same with my best friend. I had to just kind of realize that we really just weren't friends anymore. And, you know, I had already told him, like, listen, I think we're just done here. Like, nothing, you know, you're never there for me when I need you. I'm always there for you when you need me. Like, you called me at 6 in the morning. I didn't have to work till 8, so I didn't have to get up till about 7:20, 7:30. He called me at 6, like, hey, you know, can I get a ride? I'm up. I'm on my way. No problem. No discussion. Nothing. I've never been able to rely on him for anything. You know, it's just, at a certain point, you almost have to look at it logically and analytically. Like, okay, you know, this relationship isn't producing the results I want. You know, is it just in my head, or is it, like, let's actually, you know, maybe make a list of all the shit that you've gone out of your way for, you know, and helped him with. No thought of yourself, nothing. Didn't ask nothing in return. And then maybe look at everything he's done or she's done. If it's not a two-way street, if it's not, you know, it doesn't need to be perfect, right? It doesn't even need to be 60-40. But there has to at least show some effort somewhere. And it just wasn't there. And I had to kind of make that harsh choice in reality that it's just not there, and it never really was. So, if all of you are looking like, when is a time to maybe just say, hey, you know, these friendships aren't really working out, or when should I, you know, stop considering family, and just, you don't need any of these people, right? This is, all of this goes for family. Like, I all of my family, I hear from once a year. None of them check in with me. That's not family, bro. That is not family. At the end of the day, that's not family. Like, I hate to say it, but that barely counts as being a relative. And I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. If you're my family and I hear from you once a year, we're not family. You're a fucking stranger. You're a fucking stranger, and I'm not suffering you anymore. I'm not paying you any more headspace. I'm not paying you any more thoughts. Nothing. I'm going to forge my own path with my own friends and family. And I'm exiting the current one. Again, maybe no one's going to see it my way. That is fine. At a certain point, for me personally, you just got to know when to say, nope, not doing it. Fuck this friendship. Fuck this relationship. Fuck these family members. Fuck them. I don't want them. I'm not suffering them. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. Not everything needs to be all sunshine and rainbows. But there has to at least be a little bit, okay? Like, there needs to be a little bit of sunshine and rainbows somewhere, right? Like, this relationship's got to be worth it somehow, okay? If not, might be time to take might be time to step back and take a hard, long look. Cause like, you know, this really just ain't worth it anymore. But stay strong. Walk your own path. Don't be afraid to say, nah, this just ain't working out. Peace.